reached out to me. But the stuff online, though, Lee, Indeed, has just been bullshit. I mean, they're just illiterate, people. I mean, the resumes are horrible. Yeah. It's like, really? Are you typing this on your cell phone?
Okay, all right. Well, good. So we have a platform issue, and
I just has a number. I've had 144 applications.
Okay, so 144 applications. So we have to figure out how to close it down. But Alan, when you say somebody sought you out, what you and I talked about, and Lee, that I would go to from a hiring perspective is I wouldn't be just on Indeed. That was one platform, and the reason we all like it is because it's less expensive. So you can get the offer up there, you can control the budget. So it's a little bit more under our control per se. So I like it there, but to also share the post on LinkedIn, to share the post on your main primary Facebook feed, to share it really, quite frankly, anywhere. So I would say that, that's what I would definitely do in addition to this. But what I would say is, I think Parasek, I don't know if he's on here, I'm not checking the roster, but I think he actually picked up the phone and had a one-on-one with Indeed. Alan, did he share the results of that one-on-one with you at all? Did you guys kibitz about that? Oh, guys, did I lose you?
I'm here.
Yeah.
We're still here, Danny.
All right, that's weird. Alan.
Oops, sorry.
Yeah,
I hit the wrong button.
Okay.
No, I've not talked to John, but, that's kind of what you said, and that's why I want to talk to you about this lady, because I let that other lady that was looking for full-time, you said I should have just called her and sat down with her
100%.
And found out a little bit more than just not, letting her know it's not a full-time gig and kind of letting her slip through.
So, Alan, the bottom line is, what are you hesitating? You just had somebody reach out to you proactively. You can't teach that. There's your best candidate. I'm just more curious how she found you, how she knows this is available. Where'd she see it?
Danny, this is the second lady, and you can tell she's probably older, like my age, in her 50s.
Yep.
Been doing this for a while, and both of them somehow researched me and reached out to me.
But Alan, they know, Alan, do they not know you have this specific opportunity, right? So
I don't know. They must some way.
We got to find out, because that's an answer for Lee, right? That's an answer for me. Okay. We're trying to, I think the discovery is, holy moly, this is exactly the right person, picks up the phone and calls you. How did they find you? Right?
That's a good point. Yeah.
I mean, because what we're trying to
Come on, Alan.
Yeah.
Sorry to let you down, Lee.
Yeah. Well, what we're trying to do is crack this code as to where do the best people live, because that's the best person. I'm not saying you'd hire that one, but my goodness, you can't teach
like
that.
You said, if you talk, you can find out more of what's going on. So.
Well, Gail just went through this too. So Gail's had these struggles too. Look at when you want somebody who's really important, that really important person is the hardest thing to find. You just know it by definition. Good agent, good telemarketer, good closing coordinator, good attorney, good CPA, good bookkeeper, on and on and on. You just know it will never be easy once you raise your standard, and we're raising the standard by knowing specifically what kind of person we're looking for. That's the key here, right? So
Lee hasn't had anybody proactively reach out to him?
Lee, no?
No.
Okay.
I've had people from Indeed that applied call the office, but they're all virtual. They're not local.
Yeah, I had that happen too. A guy from Vermont who had been doing this.
Okay, guys.
These two ladies are local.
Guys.
These two ladies.
Guys, hold on. Here's the first thing I recommend. This is on the platform company to help us. If we pay the platform company, Indeed in this case, ZipRecruiter in some other cases, if it's not getting us the candidates, the number one management move, so pick up the phone or get on their chat and say, I'm spending money here and I'm not getting the right people that I'm asking for. You need to help me. That's number one, self-management.
That's what John did. I think that's what Parasek did.
He did.
I think Parasek reached out to Indeed and asked them.
He did, because I told him the same thing I'm telling you guys. Pick up the phone and call them. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Paul.
So, yeah, I jumped on a few minutes late.
It's okay.
But anyway, you guys talk about inside sales agent ads, not Right?
Correct. Telemarketing, trying to get the right
Okay.
people. But it's a good question, Paul, because it would relate to outside too. Getting the right candidate for the right job.
Super quick. When I was using ZipRecruiter up until August, I was totally talking to my rep there every 2 weeks, and when I stopped doing it, which I'm going to start again October 1st. I was changing my own ads in areas every 2 weeks, and it was having such a better result than allowing them to manage it themselves. When I really learned how infrequently they did what I asked them, when I asked them to do it themselves, I just took it over. And the results, the results. I was getting about 200 views a week in person, at the pizza shop across the street from my condo where I work from home. And I was meeting about 2 agents a week, and I'd hired, I think, 6 in 3 months. Yeah. March or April, May, June. Yeah, like 6, maybe it's 4 months. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Like 6 or 7 in 4 months. But it was all because I started to manage it myself and wasn't reliant on them, because they won't do it. They don't care. They're too busy. I don't know what it is. But anyway, that's my 2 cents.
Okay, here's what I would say about all of it. Number one, Alan's right. I don't know whether there's some benefit when people are collecting unemployment insurance, at least in the States. I don't know about our Canadian fellows, but when you go and you collect, I think you also have to show an effort somehow that you're applying for jobs. So there might be some of those shenanigans involved in this sort of thing too. And then just flat out, people are crazy. So the question is, let's go back to the messaging. I think it starts with the headline. So one of the things, I don't know if Parasek has joined us yet, but he usually comes on. But the bottom line was, one of the things on Indeed, I'll try to bring mine up here while we're talking. There's a headline tweak that could be there. I don't know that necessarily made some major change. But Alan, let me go back and autopsy this. Did you subsequently go back and put it on other platforms after I had suggested that, or are you only on Indeed still?
No, I'm a chicken shit. I haven't done it yet.
Okay. All right. Well, hold on.
That's one of my deals is, and go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was going to say that's a good thing in this case. It's not a good thing for me and you one-on-one, because I'll pound on you for that. But ultimately, it's a good thing. Here's why. We have it isolated to one platform, which means that they are indexing your ad well enough that somebody saw it. Instead of screwing around with Indeed, a real caller picked up the phone. So this methodology and this message to market match worked. It worked. And so I'm
using your ad. You and I tweaked it a month ago, and I've not done anything to it. I'm running it at the lowest price, which I was going to try to do $1 a day, is what you thought. They won't let you in Dallas do it for less than $5 a day. So I don't think the quality is any worse than when I was spending more money. So that's the thing I've learned, is the $5 a day is getting the same bullshit as $10 a day.
Well, that's right.
Or $40 for 2 days.
Well, that's right. First of all, we should be all able to go on these platforms. And Paul, you and I were talking about this about ZipRecruiter. So ZipRecruiter is a little different because they've got you, pigeonholed into a minimum of $247 a month or whatever it is, and you get multiple ads. So they lock you in that way and then try to upsell you. These guys, allow you to have flexibility. But I've always been a believer that on Google pay-per-click, for example, Facebook pay-per-click, or Indeed, or something like that, you could experiment, and it should be good enough to get something. So the number one thing, and we'll talk about this weekend in earnest, is that this is the offer. It's not just a message. This is the offer. And I was talking to Kyle Jones about this too. It doesn't matter to whom you're making the offer, but this is it. So we have to keep pounding on this job description per se, which is the offer. This is who you are. Here's our problem, et cetera. So maybe we look at this once again, but one of the things that Autumn helped with is that, there was language in here, and Parasek helped with when he called. One of the tweaks to the headline was this. The word telemarketer is a very specific thing. That attracts, in fact, Alan, I think you have one of your best leads yet. I mean, I'm telling you, when this helpline ends, You can't do anything else but hang up and call her and say, thanks so much for being aggressive. It's a breath of fresh air. Tell me a little bit more about what you got going on. And she's in real estate. So you blew the dog whistle with the offer, and it called out to the perfect person. Lee, I'm not losing you. I just want to find out how that happened, because I think he's been doing it a little bit longer than you. But the tweaks, Lee, the Parasec found out when he called, telemarketer, okay, and then in parentheses, so however this indexing works for Indeed, experienced outbound caller. So that's closing.
My ad's exactly that same headline.
Good. So that's closing out the funnel a little bit. Now, in the job description, Lee, take a look at this too. So, are you a professional telemarketer? Enjoy real estate? We need you. Okay. This next line, this next segment was something that we looked at by going, okay, if I were to just Google, okay, when you're trying to hire a telemarketer, it's important to go out there and look for telemarketer jobs. And I'm just going to do it globally, okay? And I'm just going to click on that. And that's going to give me telemarketing jobs from home, flexible hours, discover.overpass, all this stuff comes up, Glassdoor. Hang on one second. Hey, guys, somebody's got a super loud mic there. Gail, I think it's yours.
Okay.
Thanks. So if you look at this right here, it is, Gail. Thank you very much. So if you look at this here, discover.overpass, free job posting, Glassdoor, blah, 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 right? So we start to go in here. So Glassdoor is just a big thing, but you can see they're not going, this telemarketing jobs from home, flexible hours available. Those are clearly keywords. So I'm going there first. So whoever this is at Overpass, we come in here. It's a working from home type of place that does, some big dogs according to them, right? Submit your profile, blah, blah, blah. So it's not really it's not a great one. This sucks, right? But they just know telemarketers want to do it. So there's nothing there to learn. If I come back to Glassdoor, this is one of the platforms upon which you could run your ad, by the way, Lee, okay? This is what it is. So if I go in there, I take a look at this and I see if they're on Glassdoor, because this is like Indeed, and I don't know what they charge and how they do it, but there's nothing in there. So the first thing that I would do, this is for employers. So this wasn't for telemarketers, okay? But that's another platform. So let's keep going to see what we can learn. So if I come down, telemarketing for non-residential. Now this is near Centerville. These aren't near me, but telemarketing for non-residential customers, telemarketing, inside sales representative, outbound caller appointment setter. There's some headlines, and you can see via Zip, via Glassdoor. Okay, let's see if Indeed. There's Indeed, telemarketer jobs, employment.indeed. So I come in here and I see how this platform is going to work. And I take a look at this, right? And I look for stuff to say, who's around me. Low-key informational telemarketer, need 15 hours per week. See, they're being very, very specific. Good phone presence, part-time salary per hour. Those are the types of things that we can see. Schedule appointment for sales representative to meet with prospective, explain, services and answer questions. So they're being specific about what these people will do. Must be able to multitask. So these are the places that we can go and look for stuff. Now, what we did was Autumn said, well, wait a minute. I know that when I was thinking about moving around the country to be a telemarketer, I went and did this, right? She went telemarketing jobs in Las Vegas. Okay. So we went there and we start to look for some of this stuff. Okay, so ZipRecruiter, find jobs near, hiring now, okay? Telemarketer, see all these things, ZipRecruiter down here. LinkedIn, there's LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is a platform that's getting, now indexed, casino telemarketing specialist, right? So there's a ton of telemarketing that happens out there. So what we did before, now here you go, telemarketing jobs in Vegas. See how sophisticated these people get? They know the language of a telemarketer. Because every one of these things begins to say something about money. 20 to 29K telemarketing jobs, okay? Then they come up here, 25, 30, 40, 45. This is very intriguing. So you come up here because this is the same platform that we're on. And this is, I think this might be indexing what the offers are. So Henderson, Nevada is right there. Telemarketing, telefundraising, telemarketing rep, responsive employer, right? Whatever the hell that means. Here's a big one, you know, that has reviews on it.
Quickly.
What's that?
That means they're responding to those leads that come into their site quickly.
Yep.
So if you sit on these leads for days and don't respond, you don't get that deal.
Yep. Which a lot of us don't do. So we don't get it. Right? So see, now you're learning a little bit of...
If you read it, Danny, in the top right-hand corner, it says responded to 75% or more of the applications in the past 30 days, typically within 1 day.
So Lee, here's the question. Have you responded to all 44, including just rated them?
No, if they're not in play, then I don't respond to them.
Okay, so it's hurting you, I bet.
Well, I'm not sure if respond means that you get to them or it means that you take action, whether that be reject or not.
No, you're right. Exactly right, Alan. So Lee, somebody has to go in there and watch it and respond like this. So I think I'm going to try to get some candidates here to pop up. I actually, for that job, I shut that job down. Let me go backwards. So see, Lee, we can't just get pissed off. We have to play the game because the algorithm, along with the help center stuff, calling them, between playing their game on their platform, you can't just reject it. You have to respond. That makes sense?
Yeah.
You got to respond.
So, Danny,
go ahead.
Would you place the same ad on LinkedIn?
Yes.
Or would you do your Indeed ad and then take that URL that's provided and post that in LinkedIn?
It's a good question. I'd try it by posting it. I'd try it by posting it on my Facebook, page and my profile. I'd do both. I'd post it on my feed in LinkedIn. I don't know if the algorithm at LinkedIn or Facebook will like you if it's a job offer, because they may try to move you to their platform. So you'll test it. That's why I said just a post might fly under the radar. I'd try both.
And when you say a post, you mean just kind of like we discussed, hey guys, or hey friends, I'm needing this. I'm looking for, an individual with outbound calling experience. Is that the type of deal you're saying?
Correct. Exactly what I'm saying. It's exactly what I'm saying. So let's go do it. So if I went here, watch this. So there's a couple of ways. I think there's some merit in going direct to, your feed and being personal. Hey all, like you just said. Like I'm excited about growing the Griffin Realty Group, right? Now this could be for telemarketers too. The Griffin Realty Group. If you or anybody you know has been thinking about becoming, you would do the same thing for telemarketing, but becoming a real estate agent. You or they can direct message me here. I'm happy to offer my guidance to help you see if this is the right opportunity for you. That's it. Right? That's it.
Can you copy and paste that?
Yep. You bet. So now all you would do is insert telemarketer. Now, Alan, here's what I would do next just to test this. Okay. So what I would do is I would go here and I would say, let's say I did that for telemarketing. Okay. I would go over now. I don't have an active link because none of these are active. I shut it down, but let's go back to the jobs. Okay. Let's go back to the jobs. If I come over here and I say, all right, let's go to one of these real estate sales agents created March 5th. Let's go to this one. And I go here. Okay. I'm not going to be able to, I don't think, get a live link to this because it's not active.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Okay, so let's just say I had a live link to this, right? This is what I would do. I would grab the link to it and I would drop it in. You know what I mean? Let's just do this. Watch. Hold on. I'm going to reopen it for the sake of reopening it. Okay? View public job page. Bang. Let's just do it. Or let's hope to do it.
Scroll down.
Yep. Let me just see. So let's see if I have to
I
save
think it's
it.
at the bottom.
No, I just wanted to see. It's there. It's view public job page. So does it say a link? See anywhere else there's a link? So I just go.
Yeah, I know there's a link somewhere. I'm trying to remember where it is.
Okay. It might have to approve it.
It may, but there'll be a link, and then you're going to put that link in that Facebook post.
Correct. It's exactly what I'm going to do. It's exactly what I'm going to do. So I'm going to come over here, look at links. Let's see if it updates it for me. Okay. Add salary details. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. So I'll leave that alone for now. But let me just see if this will do it now. Yeah. For some reason, it's not giving me the link. But I would just drop it in there. That's what I would do.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what I would do. If you want to. And you could say like this. Here's what you could do. You come over here again. And you go click. Or, because remember I said, you can get me here. So go here. Or click the link to learn more about the details, right? And I could bring them anywhere. I could bring them to a page on my website if I so desire. That's it. And then all I'm going to do, and I don't know whether the algorithm on Facebook will play nice or not, but right there is just a request to message me. You follow?
Yeah, I like that. And then if they DM you, then you can always send them the link. You know, yeah. DM me for a job link or something like that.
Yeah, well, so here, you know, yeah, there you go. I love that even better. Okay, but let's just leave this, right? Let's just play with this. But you got my point.
Yeah.
Hey, all, I'm excited about growing the Griffin Realty Group. If you or anybody you know, okay, you know, has been thinking about becoming a real estate agent, you or they can direct message me here. I'm happy to offer my guidance to help you see if this is the right opportunity for you. Lots of yous, right? And I'm done. So I would do the same thing, Lee, with my telemarketing. I'd go to my sphere of influence. All we do in this business is say, you know, hey, look at, I'll put it on my story too. There you go. Shazam, I'm done. It's that easy. I just think now go to LinkedIn and do the same thing, Alan. We don't always have to jam the offer yet. If these platforms, you know, these people like us for who we are, that are in this, like they followed us or they friended us for a reason. So this may or may not just zip through somebody, you know? So I posted this thing that'll probably eventually go viral of a baby turtle crossing the road today, right? And now I post this. So I don't know, will the algorithm, you know, will it allow me to go make this solicitation or will it bury this? See what I'm saying? I would do it there.
Yep.
And go ahead. Come on, Lee. Come on.
No, I'm thinking I like it. I think I'm going to do one agent/telemarketer.
Yeah, there you go. We're hiring. We're always hiring good people, and we're excited to grow the Stillwell Realty Group. We are in need of people that are thinking about becoming real estate agents and telemarketers. Boom, DM me. So now I just go over here See, like we keep making this too damn complicated about spending money when it doesn't have to be. Start with no money. Let's see what happens. We got nothing to lose. So that's why I liked Indeed, because it was the cheapest and we experiment there first. But let's come back over here and we say, all right, let's go to start a post. What do you want to talk about? Boom. Okay. Add a hashtag. Okay. I will. Let's see. Hang on. We'll just put it out there. Griffin Realty. Oops. Group. Then we'll go real estate agents. Okay. Go down here and could add some more. We'll do it again. Real estate agent. Agent job. Right? Just post it. That's it. I'm not going to overthink it. Off it goes. So now there's a lot of people that watch me here. Dean and I were talking about this today. This is where that celebritizing of yourself or doing other things can come to play here. Now all of a sudden, I got an opportunity. Make sense? That's it. I mean, I just went from one platform to 3 just like that. I have no idea whether or not it will work. None. I'll do this too. As I look at it, I'll come grab these. And I'll come back over here. And I'll edit my post. Cantu, thank you. He already liked it. Evan Greer is one of my past clients. He already smacked something down there, right? Somebody's typing a comment, one of you guys probably. So edit the post. Come in here. Let me go down here. Put some hashtags in there. Save it up. Fix that up a little bit. There you go. Right? So now as you guys start to like it, the algorithm sees that there's something interesting about this, and off they go. So again, I don't know what will really happen with this stuff, but you know, it's just stupid simple to at least try this stuff when you need anybody. Now, of course, if you're looking for contractor work, let me show you this. If you go over like, I have another need. Sorry, I don't mean to hijack your helpline, but I figure this is all relevant to you when it comes to getting micro workers and whatever it might be. So I come over to Upwork. I need, those of you that are Realty Cast members, you know where I'm going with the Griffin.co. Let me bring that up, okay? Dean, are you on, by the way?
He just joined.
Yeah, I literally just got here within the last minute and a half. Sorry.
All good. Watch. It doesn't matter because you got your timings perfect. See, now let's go to these other platforms. See, we believe that telemarketers are where. So Lee, you can come here too. I don't know on Upwork if we can find, but they are freelancers. They're contract workers. So we could essentially go and post another job, right? Come in here and post another job. Create a new job post. Now, the question will be, will somebody, let's just do this, okay? Let's go part-time. Let's try to attract the part-timer, okay? Let's continue. Name of the post, okay? Real estate agent. Opportunity. Remember, this is telemarketing if that's what you're looking for. I'm just doing mine because I can kill this, right? I can't spell today. All right, now, look at this, telemarketing. There's one there, right? It's already there on Upwork. We're not even talking about Upwork. Select a category. See, so the only challenge here is this might not, let's see what happens. Let's go to real estate. Come on, baby. No real estate. See, so this might not want us here. And that's why I'm saying each platform might be designed for something else. But telemarketing is definitely on Upwork. Definitely. And it doesn't mean you're going to get somebody overseas. Don't have that perception. So see, I hit a dead end here for agents, right? But I'll keep going. Let's just say, does it make me? I'm looking for lenses with sales and marketing. Let's try biz dev. Let's just see. I'm going to go through the exercise anyway. Next. Type of freelancer. Good description. Let's go here. I'll tell you what, let's go back over here. I don't need to reinvent the wheel. I'll go back to the job itself and I'll just grab the whole thing, which I've worked on. See, this is what I was saying about offers. Look at how stupid simple this is. I've killed myself over the years to keep refining the offer and make it fully detailed so I don't have to go think about it. It's here, right? Bang. There's the whole time. Like there's everything. And it's just, I almost used up all 5,000 characters, but there it is. Now I come down, add additional project files, drag over the project images. Yeah, next. See, I still think this won't be the right platform, but I'm going to do it anyway. Screening questions.
I'm thinking out loud. I wonder if it'd be worth maybe putting an ad on Upwork and then just not necessarily thing, but do a bonus per deal.
Sure. Anything. I think you have to look at, we're not smart enough to go figure out the hiring process for any contractor. So we have to try, meaning when I say we're not smart enough, well, what do we know? How many times have we tried to beat on a process to expand? This is the module of expansion on day 2, and the conference is all about this. I'm giving you a jump start on it. Like, this is the technical stuff. You have to fall forward into this stuff, right?
Yep.
Sales, period. That's what I want. Intermediate, next. US only. Okay, here we go. This is what I was hoping for. Eastern time zone. Next. See, they're still thinking I'm going for, a contractor who can see your job. Look at this. Only freelancers and agencies you have invited. Only Upwork talent. Okay. Here, public. Sure, why not? Search engines and everything. Let's go. Boom. More than one. Okay. 50. No, I don't know who. Okay, next. Let's keep going. Hour, pay fixed price. Yeah, see, this is where it kind of runs out of gas a little bit. Don't add, skip. More than 6 months. Less than 30 hours. Next. Business dev, real estate sales agents, project going, boom, boom, boom. Eastern time zone, hourly affixed, boost your job. Yeah, and I probably will go back and try to figure out how can I show this. I'm not going to do it now and take up the whole call, but that's how far I got. I would definitely say from a telemarketing standpoint, that's where you're at, right? And you just have to now go in there and tweak it to say that. So we just came up with 4 places, Lee. We've got Indeed that we have to tweak, but you got to play their game. That's clear. You can't get pissed off by looking at it. You have to say no and give that Indeed algorithm a chance to work for you and call them. Those are the 2 lanes you go into. But then a simple post on LinkedIn and a simple post on Facebook, okay? After the 2 you helped to guide us through, I can honestly say you are one of the best. Hope you get someone good, and don't forget about the Metro West. Bang. Right? Send me someone interested, and it's on. Right? Boom. I hope Jackson is loving his new home. That's their little baby. That's a past client. That's support. Bang. We're not even 10 minutes into this post, and there's action. Thank you guys for playing the game over here too, but you can see what's going on here, right? So now I come over, take a look at the comments. I think, Alan, you might have commented, or somebody. I have to go in there and, make sure, oh, that's just me. It's just recognizing me, right? So let's just double check that it's all of you guys. And it's more. So Adam at Tootie's, Charlie Bowen, Kate Nadolski, Kyle Dacey, okay? Amy Bennett Wolf, who's taking the test. You see what's happening here? This happened within minutes. So we just have to think, like this is a dramatic demonstration of thinking, not getting pissed off that Indeed sucks, but tightening it up and expanding it. Got it? Pretty cool when it happens that quickly. I think that's just awesome. Awesome. And it was weird because I went to where they like me the most, my profile. Nothing to do with my business page. I didn't put a business suit on. I went over into my friends, my family, my past clients, right?
So I'm doing it on my business page, and then I'm going to share it on my personal page. And I can tell you, it's asking me, do I want to set this up under Facebook jobs?
See what I'm saying? This slipped under the
So
radar.
It's asking me, do I want to post this as a job post? I'm not. I'm just going to do it as so we'll see what happens.
Okay. Now I'll do what you just did. I'll come over here. I'll do it again. I'll go to my other platform over here. And I'll say this. Okay. Man, these pages are tough sometimes. It's too robust of a platform. Okay, bang. Placed. Right? In this case, I'm posting as Griffin Realty Group. We're excited. We're, make a little tweak for our guidance to help you see if this is the right opportunity for you. Okay? So now, come down a little bit. News feed, share now, post, go. I'm done. That's it. So it's no heavy, like go anywhere. It's more, can I engage you on the platform without going, wild? So, we'll see if anybody responds over here. I might have some cross-platform people that are on both, but I have by far and away more influence over here. Way more. And I mean, I get a testimonial out of it. Think about what just happened here. I got a testimonial out of this post. Yeah? No? Look at this, Lauren Donnelly. Look at what's happening here, guys. Lauren Donnelly just finished the course and is taking the test. She's a past client who I told her, get her license, let's go. Bang. It's validation of all of this stuff that's happening. Right? People are being validated in this whole mode. They're seeing things happening. They want to be part of these organizations. And Alan, that's why I said, somebody saw on the internet the indexing of the Indeed offer and said, I'm not going through the bullshit Indeed hoops. That's for the herd. I'm going to be different. Pick up the phone and call this cat. You can't call her back fast enough. By the way, most of the people I've hired that are agents have come from a much more localized approach. All right, next question. Lee, you get enough ideas there to tighten it up?
Absolutely.
Cool. Awesome. So what I'm going to try to do at the conference, I'm going to try to get us to be provoked into each module and then come up with best practices or ideas for best practices just like that. So that when you walk out of that room, you're walking out of there with some real written action steps like that. so that we have it, we have it locked in. All right, cool. What's next? Thoughts about that? Anything else? This is a helpline, so take me wherever you want to go. Nobody's got any questions, huh? You all got it.
Hey, Danny.
Yeah, go ahead, Spencer.
Thanks. I wanted to see if you had given thought to, or if anyone in the group is leaving voicemail messages for expired.
Oh, right. I didn't get a chance to ask Autumn that. So, Paul Cantu, are you leaving messages when you don't get people, and how quickly do you leave them?
Every single time.
Okay, so tell her a little bit more about what your thoughts are there and what you're saying. First of all, you'll have to give context. What type of leads? Do you leave a message on the first?
We were talking about expired.
Yeah, okay, well, whatever context. Tanyel, do you have a context? Is it expired you want to talk to him about?
Well, I've got the script for expired, and I'm getting ready to really hit that hard just today and start calling, but my overriding was, okay, if I get a machine, do I leave a voicemail message? What do I say?
Paul, you start.
Yeah, Tanya, I know you and I were supposed to jump on the phone the last couple of days, and we haven't, so I apologize for that. So I basically just leave the same voicemail as I would if I talked to the person live. Hi, Tanya, this is Paul with Cantu Group Real Estate. I was calling because I saw your lovely home at 123 Main Street. Failed to sell. I sent you a package of information I think you'll find very helpful when you go to sell next time. And then I'll either kind of stop there and give my contact info, or I might do some stats. Like in the last 5 years, the homes I've listed have sold in an average of 7 days for an average of 108% of their original list price. Or I will go like, I've been in the business for 19 years. I've owned my own brokerage for 16 of those, and I think I can really help you achieve a great result. Contact info, blah, 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 text or call. And that's pretty much what I leave.
All right, leave the resume out and edit it down. What's your best advice to her without the resume? Because you got a big one. So let's try to chunk it up for those that don't have a big one.
Okay, well, I would just leave out the resume and leave out the stats if you don't have either or both or whatever, or you're not comfortable. But you could use your brokerages if you wanted to. But just the basic part, then the very beginning part, which was the hi, Tanyel, this is Paul with Cantu Group Real Estate. I'm calling because I saw your lovely home at 123 Stoneway failed to sell, and I sent you a package of information that I think you'll find very helpful next time you go to sell. And I don't know. I mean, it kind of depends where you want to go from there. I mean, that's a little bit short for me. I usually do, but I know you've told me that my scripts are a little bit long sometimes, which is, yeah, I agree. So it just kind of depends. But I mean, it's basically the same thing I would say to you live. I'm pretty much leaving on the voicemail.
Okay. So here's
I always leave a voicemail for every single sales call I ever make, whether it's a buyer, a seller, an expired, a FSBO, a past client. I mean, I just don't, and I'm not denigrating anybody who doesn't, but I personally don't see the point of making a call and hanging up after you've let it ring 7 times. It just seems, why not take the extra 30, 45 seconds and leave?
Good. I'm with you. I'm with you. I don't have a problem with that. I'm not going to argue that point. I'll embrace it. I'll lean in, because here's what I want to test. I think the answer to your question, Tanyel, is testing, right? I think what you're going to want to do is you're going to write out a couple of variances of what's there. Some of them cheat towards predictably irrational or triggers, okay? There's the total trigger that you just say something to this effect. Let's go to just the triggers, right? Danny, it's Tanyel. I had something I'm sending. I just want to make sure I have the address correct. Boom. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You do it with a sense of familiarity and authority. Those are the things that are triggers. Who? Is that somebody I know? There's something in it for me? See what I'm saying? Those are triggers. I would definitely test those things. I've learned that by watching and observing Autumn. She does it oftentimes when somebody picks up the phone. Danny? Like a mother, right? Yeah, who's this, right? It's almost like you get like that little child trigger reaction. Oh, this is Autumn from Griffin Realty Group. The reason I'm calling is I saw your beautiful house online, and I noticed it didn't sell. So I wanted to send you some information that will help you sell it the next time. May I do that? It becomes very logical, but she opens up with a trigger. So that's one technique to just say, Charles, question mark, right? Charles, this is Tanyelle. Don't give a Tanyelle from this. This is Tanyelle, and I'm sending something to you, and I just want to make sure I have the address right. Could you call me back? Very, very matter of fact, as if it's your husband, right? Got me?
Right.
That's one.
Yeah.
Two, to stick to the yellow brick road, period, right? To just stick to the yellow brick road, which means what? You just go directly into the formulaic approach and you repeat what you would have said, like Paul just said, you repeat what you would have said on the phone. Danny, it's Tanyelle Spencer calling. I'm staring at your beautiful house online, wondering why it didn't sell. And so I wanted to send some information to you that will help you sell it the next time. Could you just give me a quick call back so I make sure that the property address is the mailing address? Boom. Done. There's two things that you could test side by side to see if either of them provoke a callback. The reason for a message is to get a callback, period. There's no other reason to do it. Agreed, Paul? Any argument against that? Because I'll take it if there is. Paul, anybody?
Sorry, I walked away.
What is the reason for a message? A callback.
Yeah, I mean, you might as well leave a message. You have a better chance of, I think, getting a callback than just not leaving a message. Other people might argue that because I can't remember who I was talking to last week, but they said, well, I'm a really nosy person. If somebody doesn't leave me a voicemail, I call back and say, hey, I missed your call. Who is this? So I don't know. I mean, I'm not an expert. I'm just doing what I think might work best, which is leaving my information, my credentials in some case, and hoping for the best result. And for me, that I think works better. Do I get a lot of callbacks? No.
No. So here's what you do.
Some.
Here's what you do. You test all three, but you need a big enough sampling, Tanyelle, of each. I'd go 10, 10, 10. That's what I'd do. 10, 10, 10. If you have three different things you're going to do, 10, don't do anything. 10, leave the triggers. 10, leave the systematic response. See what happens. But you have to track those 10 subsets so that you know if anything in there worked. Yeah? You got it?
Yeah, got it.
Cool. It's a great question, though, because I'm Paul. It's a really difficult thing. Like, see, you have limited capacity because you're running the whole business. I will get Autumn's opinion, Tanyelle, if you remind me before Friday's call. I'm still going to do Friday's call. I don't know about Thursday's mastermind gang, by the way. Just getting ready for this because most of you are coming. We'll probably 86 Thursday's mastermind, but I am doing the sales training call, and in fact, Dean's going to join me live there to do it. That's a good question because the frustration of the sales process is anybody calling back? And I don't necessarily disagree with Paul. I think it's test worthy. And I think that's the next level. I think we're looking for the next level in all this stuff. I'd try it 3, 3, and 3. No message, trigger message, and system message. Something like that.
Okay.
Awesome. All right, next question. That was a good one. Kate, you're on here. Eugene, you're on here. Fahad, you're on here. Go ahead. Anybody?
I got one for you,
Dino.
I got one for you, Danny.
Mm-hmm.
You there?
Yeah, buddy, go.
Oh, okay. You mentioned hiring process before. Do you have a formal hiring process from the minute you write the ad until you bring someone in?
That's a fair.
How do they get them? Is there any automation? Are you using infusion
What a
software or
great
anything
question.
like that?
What a great question. I'm going to tell you why I shut it down, because I didn't. Okay? Here's what I learned, right? That's a really good question. And that's why, remember I said this a couple weeks ago, those that are not going to freak out about hiring agents as a subject, I will do a once a month call, some night once a month. But let me just show you in general that I think onboarding a seller, a buyer, or an agent is all the same. Now, I'm really good at sellers at the moment because we've thought about that whole thing in micro detail. So I have to, and buyers, we kind of got weak at it because our offer didn't match what they wanted these days. So we got to get a better offer. Then we've got to get them into that funnel, and then we've got to try to onboard them. And agents. So if there's one thing I'm much more systematic about, it's sellers. So stealing from that, if I go to ZipRecruiter, okay, if I go there, I will tell you as a platform, and Cantu will second it, and I believe Gail will third it, okay, is that this kind of stuff 100% worked, okay? Especially up here, you can see in the back bay, I was able to, to make some progress with this offer. This was working, and it got me candidates. There's no doubt about it. I had no problem getting them coming in. They were actually picking up the phone when I would call. I could make a good, quick determination if they were worth me meeting with them. But here's what it revealed to me. I was getting more of the futuristic ones in Boston than I was on Cape Cod. I'm not saying Cape Cod didn't work, but I was getting more of the future, Boston needs a builder. My problem is this. I don't have a depot like I do on Cape Cod. So I got a little insecure about my offer, trying to figure out what does it look like virtually until I was up there. Well, I'm now physically up there, and as part of my push to myself, immediately when the conference is over, this will go live again, and I will refine my offer. Now, my thought is this. I need to meet with them like Cantu's doing, like Gail's doing. I gave Gail a little tweak. I thought she was trying to do too much. I will make the phone call, and I will say, when can you meet in Boston for a cup of coffee? I will meet them face to face. I will vet them further. And then I will say, good, here's your first step. Get your license, go to this online class or wherever else. And I'm going to start my 7-day course, which begins to educate you. And you should subscribe to the podcast. Okay. That's as far as I've gotten. The next thing will be, I have the offer in the form, because I just got asked for it the other day. I have the offer, meaning the contract, ready to go too. So I had my attorney just kind of look at it. And my fear is that if somebody says, I'm ready to go, can I look at your agreement? My fear is that this might be a little bit too much. So I'm going to have my guy go through this and say, what if we could get this down to 2 pages, right? Could we get a commitment here to 2 pages? And by the way, you asked this question too, how do I automate this? How do I use DocuSign to put this in there and send it to them that way? Or how do I send them a lesser letter of intent per se? Here's the letter.
That was going to be my that was going to be my question: is why not break down the whole thing into more of a 2-page graphic, a 2-page infographic that summarizes it with the letter of intent, and then send the contract out so it's less threatening.
For sure. There's no doubt, and that's what I'm saying. I learned that this is like ridiculously threatening. Even a buddy of mine, his kid, is talking about doing something, and here we were, and I sent this out. He's like, yeah, he said you sent him a 5-page document. Well, I knew what that meant. That meant he glossed over it, or his eyes glossed over the minute it arrived, because he asked me.
Or he was intimidated by it.
Well, he asked me, but he didn't really want to sit down and read it. I thought he wanted this. Duh, I should know better. So I learned that that's not the next step. Similarly, I gave Gail this critique, and I said, Gail, the minute you're talking to them, you want to put them into the DISC personality profile, this thing and that thing. Well, she had the same problem I had, Dean. So get the lead, have the phone conversation. If it sounds like it's somebody worth meeting, go just like a seller presentation. Bring out the free agent course. Bring out the quick and dirty, concepts of what makes us unique, so that there is indeed, a checklist of what we offer. What's the benefits of joining us? Go.
How much do you put on the intent letter?
It's a great question. I don't know yet. And that's why I want to talk about expansion in the room this weekend. Whether it's contractors, how much do you put there? If you want a telemarketer, if you want a closing coordinator, if you want any of these micro workers like MRG, what do you say to them to get the best person? Well, I think it really depends on, we now have to look at this. This would be the equivalent of sending out a listing agreement, right? And then some. So it's the most intimidating piece of it. So the question is, do I put the, do I put the meat of it, which is how much do I make? That's way down here. I got to keep scrolling before I get to the meat of it. Look at that. It's all the way down here. This is what they want to know. right? That's what they want to know. So that's all that really matters. In exchange for the guidance and the systems and the platforms and all the stuff that we give you, the closing coordination, put the signs up for you. This is what we pay you. This is how it goes. Right there.
So then here's my question. And don't take this as a cheap shot. Your hiring process from ad to we're going to hire you, there really is no automation in there, no other follow-up other than what you're physically doing, correct?
Okay. There was supposed to be. Okay. And it was set up to be. It's not a cheap shot. It's a fair question. And it was supposed to be.
Making sure.
No. This is.
You can be sensitive sometimes.
Yeah, I know. I am sad. Well, especially I'm okay because I'm going into a conference, so I'm very edgy.
Well, I love that. He's a little knocked up today.
I am very keyed up today. For those of you coming to the conference, bring full body armor. I'm coming after you, Paradigm. All right. So here, let's go here. This is a really good question. Really good, because it doesn't matter whether it's agents, sellers, or buyers. This is where we still have a shit ton of work to do. A lot, right?
Well, that's why I asked the question. That's why I asked the question, because I think the agents need to be treated in many cases need to be treated as leads as well. They need to nurture themselves. Because how many people, it's like, hey, pick up the phone. You want to sell your house? Yes. Oh, by the way, just send me the paperwork. I'm going to sign. I think an agent's the same thing. We got to nurture them somehow. Provide them with that education when they need it, but give them the options.
Dean, it's identical. It's identical. Do you think a good candidate, whether they're new to real estate or moving, makes an impetuous decision to join us and they barely know us? What, are we kidding ourselves?
I probably don't want them if they do.
Exactly right. So, like, I've got a guy that watches my stuff all the time. He moved from one top producer. Now he's doing rentals because he's got to make a living. He watches my stuff all the time. At some point in time, I'm going to meet with him because now I'm up there, right? So he just never leaves. Now I got people reaching out to me on LinkedIn because they're hearing the podcast and they're intrigued. Holy shit, this guy owns a brokerage down the street. I want to know this guy. So it's beginning to, take effect. But let me go to the ad, because I'm going to answer the question by showing you what my stuff was. Actually, there it is. Do you have a plan? Don't start or continue your real estate career without the right plan. Start here. Short video here, plus your free plan. So if you go to griffinagentplan.com, that was the intent, to drive them in, which is connected in Infusionsoft. So if you go to griffinagentplan.com, you go to the teachable site. Now, this is going to the wrong link because it should go right here. Okay, so I'll take a look at that. But voila, there it is. So if they come here and they opt into this thing here, right, which is, by the way, the wrong one. The more I look at this is not, sorry, hang on. Let me go back. That's the internal one. It's this one. The link is supposed to go here, right? So if they come here, now all of a sudden, but see, they wouldn't play my game. They would go to this, Dean, and not go into my automation, but the funnel does exist. And when they come in there and they take the teachable site, they're supposed to be tagged as a lead and then come into me. You got it? So it's definitely there and it's identical. It goes to Infusionsoft. It's tagged for Danny to follow up and make a phone call, because I'm going to do like Paul. I'm doing Gail. I'm doing the recruiting. That's on me. That's on me. Until I get big enough where I have a good agent who can step in and replace me, like Laura has on the other side of prospect conversion for sellers and buyers that come directly to me. There it is, Dean. So the answer is, it is in place. My problem was, like, when a listing gets onboarded, do we automatically have a way to send the DocuSign for the contract to the seller, to the agent? Now, we don't sign buyer-client contracts, so it's a little bit different, but you get the point. I'm going to definitely automate, but I've got to automate the front end, because this is a nurturing series, because this kicks off a whole agent plan in iSoft. I have to see if I can find it, but it's all built.
So when someone comes in and clicks a link in your ZipRecruiter app, they API their way over to Infusionsoft and to Teachable?
No, they're supposed to go to Teachable and supposed to opt in. Well, what I found was they didn't. So here's what I'm contented with. Okay, like Lee, I gave myself the same advice I just gave Lee. I'm not going to get pissed off. The good news is I got from these guys 29 candidates when I was running it. Those are leads. I'll take every single one of them, right? And so what I'll do with those leads is like anything. I will call them, but I'll do it right from this platform. I'll just take those candidates and I'll pick up the phone, which I was doing, and call them. Hey, thanks so much, Lucy, for your interest. Thanks so much, Scott, for your interest. I will also, like Paul Cantu's doing with messages, I will send a message here. I have a canned message and I will automate that. Hey, thanks so much for this. Not sure that you did this yet, but you can book a call with me over here, or you can start my course, or I will try to control what they do here. But I had to stop. I just wasn't ready. And I had a bigger hole in my boat as a manager, and that was telemarketing that I needed to solve. Solved. So as soon as the conference is over, I go into the next avatar, which is this. But I use the exact same system I have obsessed over for sellers. No different to the extent that think about ZipRecruiter identically as the way that you would think about Vulcan 7, all the leads. No different. It is a service by which I can get leads. That's it.
Can we circle back to the letter of intent?
Yeah.
I'm thinking in my mind that might be a good idea to down like the top three, requirements that they're going to be, in what's the word I'm looking for, but have to do, and then also have the financial part of it. If you do Y, you do this, so that it's less intimidating. Because I think the subcontractor agreement is intimidating to other people.
Lee, we got a whole session in that room to map out this thing. So we got to jump on it today.
Okay.
We're going to sit right there.
I'm almost thinking it might be a good idea to do with the with seller listing agreement.
It's this. You got it.
Letter of intent with an outline, and then DocuSign the contract.
You got it. You got it, man. It's the same thing. That's what that's why I go crazy when people say, I'm not there yet. But yes, you are. If you have a seller, buyer, or agent because you're ready, quote unquote, great. They're all the same processes for conversion. There's no difference. We're trying to understand how human beings will allow you to convert them. Once they're interested and you identify that, how you convert them matters. Too much is too much. And we're all trying to do too much when we get them. And prospects pursued run away. So if you send this nonsense to somebody before they're super, super ready, they will run away. So Dean,
sounds like you're running away from your. It sounds like you're running away from your microphone.
No, somebody's got a loud background. I think Lee's in the car. Thanks, Lee.
On the beach.
Yeah. So coming back to this, Dean, let me go back to this concept of capturing. Okay, and I want to bring it back to content. I want to get away from recruiting because I know what happens. Everybody freaks out when I say agents, and I'm not ready. Okay. But you are ready and desperately in need of sellers. Hang on one second. Just 86 that by mistake. You are in desperate need of sellers, every single one of you. And so the challenge to get any of the three avatars, here they are, all the courses for the three avatars, an agent, a seller, a buyer, there they are. You need the first two for certain if you're alone. You need all three if you're trying to become a business person for real. Leveraged agents will learn how to get sellers and buyers in a leveraged way. Business people will go across the Rubicon into agents, but you need them all three in this business. There's no ducking them. So the question is, how do you get them interested? Content begins to get you noticed on platforms in a global way, and you must do it for free to extremely low cost. So the whole concept of blogging or vlogging or podcasting is free. It is free. You can do it for free, but you have to do it generally or globally around the business you're in. So market updates, seller tips, buyer tips. Those three things can be done. I'm saying, you have to produce the market update, but I can't think of a way that we can all get content done and produced cheaper. So the concept that's gotten lost here is two things. I was working with you, Dean, and Laura Reckmeyer, and I had a really good conversation about it last night. The most important thing is, who the hell are you? And how do I learn a little bit about you? So the two concepts of a website that become wildly important in this modern age is the about page, or who we are, and the blog, where you are expressing general content that matters to somebody thinking about selling, buying, or becoming a real estate agent. Dean, you with me? Dean?
Yes, sir.
Okay, stay with me. Keep your mic open.
Sir.
Keep your mic, because this is definitely for you. So the bottom line is that it really doesn't matter. Like I said to you, you've gone one step, like Gary, above that. You've just said, I'm going to be a guy who's in the business world. So my blog, so what if it's real estate? I'm going to post business stuff. So people see me as an enterprise, an owner. Wow, who is this guy? He's meeting people. He's doing things, right? Who is he? And now all of a sudden, you're your own advertiser over here. Free seller course, free buyer course. And by the way, look what I just developed. I thought Eric put it up for this call, but I'll make sure he does. Look what I developed. Let me go there next. So imagine I do a Cape Cod, a Cape Cod update or a Boston update. Now, over here with my magician, here you go. Website offer buttons. Check them out. Now, until I can separate Cape Cod, from Boston, here they are. These are my deals. In other words, I can now, this will go up here. This is one of my offers. Why are you searching yourself? Get our free concierge search service. Well, where's that going to go? Right above these three. I'm going to go and try to make that offer. And then below it, I'm going to put the next one. These are the perennial offers, annual offers, daily offers that we make. There you go. What's your property really worth? So those two things, Dean, now become, while you're listening to me, if I can get you back to my blog or vlog or whatever, right? Or they could all be offers down the bottom of every single YouTube video. So if you come to the blog, awesome, because now you're on the website where all sorts of good stuff in that context can happen. But I'm not going to cry if you don't, because then I just take the same concept over to YouTube where the MP4 has been listed and it's a cut and paste game. All I need to do, I'm going to switch accounts here. All I need to do is go over here and make the same offers. So I come to Griffin Realty Group, and every time, because you have your blog, your business blog, you just put it on your channel, Dean, as a playlist. You can have seller tips, buyer tips, market updates too, but you get the point here? You tracking me?
Yep.
Okay, so you come over here, let's say that they only found you on YouTube. That it was indexed and it was a seller tip and they didn't go to your website first, or they don't understand what it was, right? So you come over and you go take a look at, let's just see, let's go back to the same thing. Let's match it up. Okay, so here are the seller tips. All I have to do at the bottom of this, okay, is come down here and I edit this and I put in my offer. See, all I have is griffincourses.com, but I could take the entirety of whatever offer I want. See what I'm saying? So if you were on YouTube, voila, now you're back at, Teachable. And you have all the courses. You can come in that way if you want. Now that's also embedded up here. You see, it's all connected. You tracking me?
Yes.
Okay, there you go. I mean, I know it seems complicated to you. It's not. You're already making the content. You're just not housing it anywhere.
No, it's just I gotta take the time and get the people to do it so that it's all loaded right.
But I'm not going to let you walk out of that room after this weekend without understanding. Like, see, expansion. Everybody thinks the word expansion means agents. No, it doesn't. Like, Laura Reckmeyer was brand new to this group, and I kept saying you need to expand by using an MRG to build out the basics for you. Otherwise, you're stuck in the mud without some sort of formal guidance that you can offer. See, this isn't about technique and tactic and little ideas. This is about a whole strategic approach to real estate, period. Or business. So again, it's slowly but steadily coming together with a strategy. But I've said this 1,000 times. Okay, you want them to know who you are. I just took, 8 years to develop out a website strategy so that it can all tie back to your own media. This is as close as you can get to owning your own house. It's sort of like you don't really own your own house either, because if you don't pay your taxes, eventually they'll probably come take your property. So you don't really own your own website, but this is as close as you can come to owning it, because it's on WordPress, which is free. You have full control. And as long as the world doesn't blow up, right, and WordPress goes away, this is it. This is the equivalent of owning your own storefront. You bought a building, and here it is. That's why I shudder when people say, oh my God, $500 a month for a website. Duh, where's your building for $6,000? Show it to me. This is mine. Cool? You good?
I'm good.
All right, good. Because that ties it in. All right, other questions? Anything else? I got time.
Hey, Danny.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so this is just a technical question about YouTube. But I know like some of the web services out there, they can't upload a direct video. They only want the YouTube code to embed whether it's your seller course, buyer course. Does anyone know how to do it so that after the video plays, you don't get like all those, superfluous videos that have nothing to do with real estate showing up?
There's a setting somewhere.
Use Vistia.
Yeah, well, Vistia is a good player, Fahad. If you're trying to just do a stable, like, so
she doesn't want basically. Who was I cut that? Who was it that was just talking?
It's Tanya. Before you start talking, Fahad, let me just show you this first. Okay, what he just referenced was this. Okay, so you got 2 spots on my website. What he's referencing is Wistia. Okay, Wistia does not do that. Why? It's just a player. Okay, the benefit of YouTube is SEO. There's no SEO in Wistia videos. It's just a stable player. So you can make super clean, beautiful stuff here.
So you get the benefit of SEO, but her concern was she doesn't want the competition and other random videos, people being directed to other places, right? Was that the question?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that you can't get around that. But the only benefit, like Danny's saying, is the SEO. That's the only reason why you would use YouTube.
Okay, there is something, though, I learned. Here's what I did. How, watch this, to stop random videos at the end. Okay? Block annoying new overlay at end of YouTube videos. Okay? That's one. How to stop unrelated videos on YouTube embed and only show your own.
Refresh your screen.
Oh, thank you.
Formlabs offers a wide variety of 3D printing resins, including general-purpose standard resins and specialty materials.
We got time. 3 minutes.
Did you know that when you embed a YouTube video on your website, it shows unrelated videos when the video stops playing? Here's before. Notice YouTube suggests unrelated videos after the video has stopped playing. This is after. Notice now the video only recommends my own content after the video has stopped playing. In this video, I'm going to show you how to stop unrelated videos on YouTube Embed and only show your own related videos. YouTube recently removed the ability to check a box that would stop showing related videos at the end of a video. Instead of showing your content, it shows unrelated content from someone else. This really sucks because you want visitors to consume more of your own content. You want to keep them on your website or watch more of your related videos. Here are steps to stop unrelated videos from showing up at the end of YouTube Embed and get YouTube to recommend your own videos. Here's how you would normally embed a YouTube video on a WordPress website. So you can grab the URL up here, or I can click share, click copy to copy the URL. Then I go over to my WordPress website. Make sure that you're logged into your WordPress website. Click on the dashboard, hover over posts, click add new, add your title, then add your copy. Then I hover over add block, select YouTube, and I put my URL in there and click embed. Now my video is embedded on the page in WordPress. If I play it to the end, unrelated videos show up at the end of the video. That's exactly what I don't want. Let me show you the correct way to embed YouTube videos in WordPress so only your videos show up at the end of the video. So go back to my video, click share down the bottom, click embed. You want to grab all this iframe embed code. You also have the option to start your video at a different time by checking the box. And you also have these embed options, such as show player controls, enable privacy enhanced mode. You no longer have the option to check a box to not show related videos at the end of your video. So I'm going to click copy to copy the iframe embed code. I'm going to open up Notepad and then paste it into Notepad. What you want to do now is add the HTML code $rel equals 0 to the end of your YouTube embed URL. So I'm going to grab this code and add it to the end of the URL. Now I'm just going to highlight the whole embed code, copy it, go back to my post. We're in the block mode of YouTube at the moment. We're in the visual editor of YouTube, so we want to go to the code editor. So hover over the 3 dots. Here it says visual editor. Click on code editor, highlight the HTML code, and then paste in your iframe code. Hover over the 3 dots again, go to the visual editor. You can see that it looks kind of weird now, but it'll look fine when you publish your post. So if we save draft, now we can see that the video looks fine. Let's play the video and see which videos YouTube recommends at the end of the video. All right, there you go. Now only my videos are suggested at the end of the video. That's exactly what you want. Let me ask you a question. Did you ever want to trim an existing video on YouTube?
Okay. Like, I wanted to play the whole thing to prove to you all, stop saying something can't be done until you've been completely resourceful. 3 minutes and 47 seconds shows you how to solve the problem. It's crazy, right? Not even. 3:23 and he's done. So somebody who's embedding those videos is simply just doing it the right way, learns a little hack, and that's it. End of story. Right? Now, better yet, if you've expanded with somebody like I have with Brian Bagayas, I go like this. Watch this. I go here. So I needed to know the answer to that too because I was working with Brian this morning. Now I go over to Skype. So, you know, again, when you don't have a team and you're trying to do this all yourself, oh shit, I can't do that. Right. You can't because you don't have the time, you don't have the bandwidth, and the calories are burning, and your animal brain says quit. Okay. So I just go over here and use Skype Online. I'm having trouble with the app. So I come over here, open it up, go see Brian, who's my social media manager for my tough stuff, my more complicated stuff like this, okay? And he's the one that's posting a lot of this stuff for me. So I come over and say, I think this will open. I got too many windows open now. I'm starting to slow down. You guys hearing me? Tanyelle, you still hearing me?
Yes.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. So I come over here. Please watch this. Very important when we embed all of our videos. Bang. Because he's doing it. So like for him to do that, somebody who does this every day, it's just wildly simple. So I think that you started asking me the question at 2:14, it's 2:22. In 8 minutes, I've solved a mega marketing issue. Because now we'll come back here and I'm going to show you, we got the issue, right? So I come back over, let's go back out of here. My blog is over here. Nope. What was my blog window? Got too many windows open, so I'll just go back here. Fahad, you get that? Because you were the one that said you can't do it.
Yeah. Hold on 1 second. Go back like 2 steps.
Hang on 1 second.
Sorry, I was chatting with someone.
Yep, hang on. I got to keep going. We solved the issue. So here I go. I'm going to go here. I'm going to play it.
Yeah, so you're in control.
Hi, I'm the prop force. When you're buying and you maybe even have to sell at the same time, you're in control. So get that process moving and get moving towards where you really want to be. Okay, there you go. Shitty situation. Right?
So what did you change? You copied what that guy was doing?
Hold on.
Video you saw?
I didn't change anything yet. I just learned how to do it. So the first thing that we do is we go here and we say, okay, I'm on a WordPress site, which is why I'm on a WordPress site. Unfortunately, at the moment, I am not logged in. So I will log in so that I'm in WordPress itself, so it knows it's me. And then what happens in these WordPress sites is that Tanya, I don't know what kind of website you're using, but therein lies the embed code hack, no matter what website. So I go here and I'm going to edit this. Okay. Now I may have a problem where I have to show Eric this, because here's the deal with what we have. Eric has already set this up down here. So you see, I've got a little situation that's not quite as easy because we've built our own. So it's a video ID. So here's what I say. Oops, dead end for me. So what do? I go to my other partner and I say, if this was a developer, in this case, all you Realty Cast members, I'm taking care of it for you as we speak, right? Please watch this as it's a big content issue. Okay. I didn't know how to do it given the way you set it up. By the way, he set it up to make it easy for our members, right? So you just paste the code, off you go, see you later. That's it. It's already done. So in other words, he didn't have those extra steps. Now we have to go in and just make this hack. And that's how you make stuff better. So there you go. It's my answer. I was resourceful in front of you, and now it's been 11 minutes. In 11 minutes, I solved the mega problem by simply being resourceful, by going over here and saying, how to stop random videos at the end. Great question. And if there's an answer out there, I'm going to hack it. It took me minutes to find that guy. Yeah? Cool?
Thanks, Danny.
You're welcome. Awesome. Last call for questions today.
All right, I haven't solved that problem yet, but there's also something else called end cards for YouTube that I've been digging into, trying to figure out how to make it work. I think there's an easier way to do it, where you can actually choose which videos come, but we'll just put it out there for now.
Amigo, the good news is, guess what you're part of? The Realty Cast Mastermind.
Yep.
Post it there. Let him figure it out. That's our job. Cool, huh? Making it easy, one day at a time. All right, y'all, listen, I got to go. That'll end this call here. I think we'll skip the mastermind on Thursday. See you on the sales training call on Friday, because a lot of you are flying and traveling that day to come to Boston. So we will pick up this work on Friday. So no mastermind on Thursday. I'll send out a reminder, and I will see you all Friday. Dino, you will be in the room with us, which will be exciting. We'll do a little live.
I'm going to do my best to be there by 12.
Yep. Awesome. We'll be ready to go. Cool?
You got it.
All right. See you, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, Danny.
Bye-bye. Good work. Good work.